Alrighty, everybody. I know everyone's been waiting for this episode, been waiting for updates on the How I Met Your Mother brain, and I think this is either I was gonna say I'm proud to say this, I'm glad to say this, but I don't know. I'm just gonna say it. I've gone so far into it that I've transcended it. I've transcended How I Met Your Mother brain. I still watch the show, but I think I have transcended it. Like I've had some full thoughts, and we'll get into that later, dude. We'll get into the thoughts I've been having later. But yeah, I think I've transcended it. Like I watch the episodes now, and I get like 5 minutes in, and I'm like Sherlock's Holmesing it, or like one of like those detective shows where like they know exactly what's gonna happen. Like they touch like a lamp in the room, and they're like, he used the lamp to kill her, and then he went outside in the body. It's like, dude, I'm fully that. Like I get like 5 minutes into the episode and I'm like one of those dudes from Minority Report or whatever. Like I go into a seizure and I'm like, someone's gonna fake a pregnancy and they're all gonna get drunk and they're gonna have a fight. Dude, I know exactly what's gonna happen. It's crazy. I mean, fucking, I know everyone's been waiting for the updates. They thought it was over. They thought they could take me out, dude. The CIA, they put How I Met Your Mother in front of me, dude. They put those beautiful babies, dude. Fucking Robin, dude. They put Robin's fine ass in front of me, and I mean, quite frankly, let's call a spade a spade. Fucking Neil Patrick Harris, that twink. He's a twink and a hunk, dude. He's a twunk. They put that twunk in front of me, and they thought it was gonna take me out, dude. They thought they were gonna stop me from speaking the truth about dodo birds. But here we are, dude. We are here. And yeah, today's episode is dodo birds. I really had no idea what to do. And it's just, I've been having so many dumb thoughts lately. I was like, I'm on the same wave as a dodo bird. Like the dodo bird may be extinct, but I carry it into the future. I carry its spirit into the future. You know what I mean? Just with my lack of thought about really anything. And so that's where we are, dude. Today's episode, we're doing the mini-sode about dodo birds. And so, yeah, I guess I'll just get right into it, dude. So dodo birds were first discovered by Dutch sailors in 1598. People like had been there before, but nobody really fucked with the island. So the island is called Mauritius, and yeah, it had no human inhabitants until the 16th century. Like Arab sailors had been there, but there was nothing there for them, dude. They were like this fucking island filled with these dumbass birds. Allah would never create this, dude. Astaghfirullah, this dumb, greedy bird here, dude. They had no interest in the island. It was the Dutch. Those retards. They probably spoke the same like if you've heard Dutch, dude, they probably spoke the same language as the dodo. Let's be honest here. They were like, "Hurry, hurry," and the dodo was screaming back at. That's probably why they killed them all, because the dodo was talking shit to the Dutch, dude. It outsmarted the Dutch. It was mocking their. They were like, "It is mocking our language," but it didn't. It didn't sound like that. It sounded like. That's what the dodo sounded like. That's my guess. That's why the Dutch hated it. But dodos were originally believed to be a type of ostrich, rail, which is a flightless bird, albatross, or vulture. And dude, that's why I love that old science, dude. That old school, like especially like animal science, where they were like, what does it look like? All right, it's that thing, dude. Like the dude who originally like linked it to pigeons, he was like, this is closely related to pigeons. They were like, shut the fuck up, dude. It doesn't even fly. Pigeons fly, you dumbass, and they don't live on islands. Shut the fuck up. This bird lives in a jungle. Pigeons don't live in jungles, you idiot. They were just, dude, full on. But I wish we still had that type of stuff. We kind of do. We kind of do. Like, if you get to like super high level academics, that's what it is. Whenever anyone introduces a new idea, everyone's like, shut the fuck up. Like, the dudes who discovered that stomach ulcers weren't like outright caused by stress, that they were caused by like a type of bacteria or whatever, that happened like probably not even like 10 or 20 years ago, and everyone was like, dude, you're fucking crazy. We got to lock this guy in the loony bin. Have you been taking your meds? That's like the modern day equivalent of like locking someone in the loony bin. You just give him like what's that called? Like lobotomy in a bottle, and you're like, fucking fuck off. Oh, a bacteria causes this? No, it's stress. Everyone knows that. How could a bacteria cause a sickness, you fucking idiot? But yeah, so I fuck with that type of science heavy. When anyone's like academia, it's like this closed off space. I mean, yeah, dude, it should be. Just ridicule anyone that has a new idea. That's how they operate. They become the very thing that they sought to destroy. Um, but yeah, and I was thinking about this too, dude. Speaking of academia and like that weird like esoteric world, I was thinking about trannies again, dude. Look, not in that way. I know everyone was thinking it. I'm not Matt McCusker, but I kind of get it. now. You know what I mean? Like I was thinking, I was like, dude, how much would it rule like to have tits? And not even to like, not even on like some I want to like fondle my own tits and shit, because I feel like that would nah. Like I just don't think that's the method. Like you're touching it, like my man hand on like a tit. I feel like that's weird. You know what I mean? Like I'll always have these weird, short, stubby man fucking like calloused hands. But I was thinking like it could be swag, dude. That like that might be the new like wave of like rappers instead of getting like grills and like like chains and shit, they're all getting tit implants so they can swag out their tits, dude. Get like a nice like a sick ass design that like uses the contour of the tits. Get like the globe tattooed on your man tit, on like your perky ass man tit too, dude. I'm talking real fucking like like real like porn star, like shitty porn star, shitty stripper, like fucking like it's just concrete under there. You just like cut a hole in there and pour some concrete in there, or like that expanding foam. That's the type of tits I'm getting, dude. And I'm tattooing Pangea right on there. I was thinking, I was just thinking about how swag tits could be, dude. And it's like the same reason like people get hair plugs. It's like balding, being bald looks fine. I think people just want like another thing that they can like accessorize and care about, which I mean, yeah. And that's like that's feminine anyway. So it's like why would I get hair plugs when I could just get tits and just full on man, still have like my flat like white ass and like my dumb ugly man face, my big ass nose and shit, but just some huge fucking like titanium tits. It could be swag, you know what I mean? Like deck it out with like a sick ass bra. I don't know, dude. I was thinking that's like that's the reason you get tits, dude. Like nothing else. Have huge balls. Not even wear a bikini, dude. Not even wear. It's like I want non-sexual tits is what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't even wear like I could go topless and no one would bat an eye because of how like like non-sexual my man tits are. Not even like man tits. I'm not talking about like you know how like whenever men get titties, like even like a fat man, like even like a low T fat man when he gets titties, they're not like fucking like big bouncy joints, dude. They're like they got dog tits, dude. They got like Irish, like a lady that's like fed a family of 12, dude. Those type of absolute saggers, dude. Their tits hang low. That's the type of man tits people have, dude. But Dodos did not have tits. It really seems like Dodos, they might have copied my method because they were talking about how tough and chewy Dodo meat is. That's like what the records say. And the thing about that is like I don't know if that's like an understatement or an overstatement. Because if it was written by like one of like those shitty sailors with only like two teeth and they were just fucking like hard as rocks, like mentally and physically. I mean, physically, if you guys remember the Magellan episode, they were hard as rocks, dude. They were fucking each other and then getting thrown overboard, getting killed mafia style. Um, Apparently sucking was all right, just not fucking, which I mean, fair enough, dude. You know what I mean? You get in there, you tear somebody's asshole, whole expedition gets thrown off. So you can't really blame them for thinking it's not even homophobia at that point. They're just trying to stay on the mission. But it's like depending on who like the record was written by, it could be an over exaggeration of how tough the meat is. Because if this is like some soft ass like Dutch like borderline royalty type of guy or like a guy who's like the cousin of a noble, even they were still eating good. You know what I mean? These are the guys that like invented like foie gras, foie gras. I'm just gonna say it like that because you guys know. When I get deep into an episode and I start pronouncing my R's, it gets dangerous. So I'm just gonna say foie gras and like veal and shit. Like these people were like, they needed meat so tender that the animal could not move in its life, dude. They had that thing like strapped up in like a midsummer type trap, dude. That's what they were doing to these pigs because of how pussy they were. They couldn't bite through anything. So I don't know how tough the meat was. I feel like it's got to be good meat. And everyone does agree that like it had some good fat on there. You know what I mean? Some good, and I don't know what that means because I feel like I don't like chicken fat. It's like weird, like fuck, I don't know. It's like can be kind of like a liquidy or like it's just not a good fat. It's not like a good like pork or beef fat. Like even when you cook it up, it's still got it on there. But to be fair to them, dude, they were just munching whatever. Um, but fuck, I went too far anyway. So the dodo's closest relative was the Rodriguez solitaire, which is just like a flightless. It's another like dumb flightless bird. Um, and this is also extinct. And then the dodo's closest living relative is a pigeon from Southeast Asia. So yeah, that fucking that guy in the 1840s that they that they like put in like a hole in the ground for saying that they were related to pigeons, he was right, or maybe not, dude. What do these fucking scientists know? Um, but the name comes from the Dutch dodor, which means sluggish, or it comes from the Portuguese, which is like another, it's like dodier, which means like crazy or like lunatic. But it doesn't seem like these birds were too crazy. They were kind of like they were Jimmy Buffett. Like everyone talks about how like Jimmy Buffett is like the parrot heads or whatever, dude. I think Jimmy Buffett's like a dodo head. Like these birds were completely they didn't even care about their own survival. And I'm not even talking about like how they weren't used to humans and so they just like walked right up to humans and the humans fucking snapped them, fucking wring their necks, munched them. I'm talking like they did not care about that. They would just like lay one egg on the ground, not even take care of it. They were just like fucking whatever, dude. So I think the Jimmy Buffett fans got to change their name from the parrot heads to the dodo heads because I feel like this is the Jimmy Buffett bird. And the thing about this bird is it kind of just munched whatever. Like if you fed this bird a burger, it would munch it. So I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying these guys might be the Jimmy Buffett heads, dude. And I just think also Jimmy Buffett is such like an American thing of just like be lazy, don't work ever. Like that's American royalty. Like America doesn't have royalty the same way like even our royalty, like if you want to say like Jeff Bezos is like a king, even that dude like still works hard. Like the kings were doing nothing. They were literally like laying in bed until like their skin like that dude from Seven, like their skin was melting into the bed. Like fuck, who was it? King Henry like the seventh, one of those fucking I can't keep track of it, dude. It's all nonsense. I shouldn't even be saying the word king because there's only one king, God, all right? And I can say that as an American, but like they said that when he died, they had to like rip him off the bed and like the sheets came with him, dude. So that's America in a nutshell, dude. And I was thinking, dude, you know what else is America in a nutshell? Like in some prison in like Louisiana or like Alabama or one of like those shitty like southern like prison states where the guards still carry around like fucking just wooden sticks, just beat the shit out of people. In one of those prisons, there is some fat dude, and it doesn't matter the race of him. He could be black, white. He's probably not Asian because they don't tend to get too fat unless they're sumos, but that's a different type of fat. You know what I mean? That's an honorable, kingly, like William Howard Taft fat. So it's probably a white, black, or maybe Mexican guy. But I feel like Mexican guys like reach like a tipping point where like they get so fat that they just get jacked. So could be a Mexican. We're probably not talking about a Mexican here. And this is also too honorable for a Mexican to do. You know what I mean? Like they still have like that sort of old world culture or like just non-American like culture in them that like they wouldn't do something like this. So it's probably a black or a white guy, maybe like a long-term Asian. You know what I mean? Like how there's like Chinese people in like rural Louisiana that just fully speak French and just munch on whatever the fuck the Cajuns are munching on. I mean, it's a similar diet, but fucking we'll get into that. Um, but somewhere, dude, in one of those shitty ass states, or maybe it's like somewhere like in like the shitty part of Oregon, like in the deserts of Oregon, but somewhere there's a dude, just a big fat dude with just saggy ass man titties that's just been plotting, stirring the pot, trying to start a race riot so that he can go into someone else's cell and steal all their snacks, dude. And that's just a true American. You know what I mean? Like a guy that just will destroy everything around him for not even long-term success. Just for like a munch, just a little munch. That guy embodies what America is now. At least what it's become, dude. Just sell out everything you love for, I mean, like the most fleeting success of your life. Work your entire life to sell out your country so that you can get like a ride on, not even like a ride on lawnmower, like a shitty push mower. You know what I mean? That like barely cuts the grass. And that's the boomer way. That's what I've learned from the boomers, dude. Sell out everything to not even get like that good to get like a house that's not even gonna last 100 years. Like and disregard the entire just throw the money away. Burn it, take the money out of the bank and throw it into an incinerator if you have to. Like if the casino bans you for losing too much, which I don't think they will, dude, just start taking it out of the bank and burning it. All right? That's the boomer way, that's the American way, that's the dodo way. All right? If the dodos were people, they would be the boomers. Just completely like lackadaisical, like almost like a ruthless apathy is how I describe the boomer way, the dodo way, the American way. You know what I mean? Like if this should be the bird of America, not the eagle, not even the turkey. Like at least the turkey's like a beautiful, noble bird. The dodos are just these shitty like little ugly fat things that just don't care about the next generation. They don't even care about themselves. They just they only care about satisfying themselves physically. So I think this should be the bird of America. So, controversial take there, dude. Definitely the bird of the Jimmy Buffett crowd. Just like boomers who like sold out the whole world and are now just like, yeah, I'm just having fun. And speaking of which, dude, speaking of cultural phenomena, I think I've discovered like the Gen Z equivalent of like those millennials who used to be like, Donald Trump is a fucking like tot twat waffle cheetah wah, wah, wah," or whatever. So the country's like started to go right, right? And like Trump's won the popular vote and all that shit. And I've been getting a lot of these dudes, like on Twitter especially, who like post screenshots of them like texting girls on like dating apps. Like I'm slobbering like a fucking retard. And it's like, oh, I'm so scared to talk to women, but you're so hot, dude. That's like our equivalent of like the people who think it's edgy to call Donald Trump a Cheeto. You know what I mean? Like, or to like that like agree with like the current like political zeitgeist, but like are like, oh yeah, I'm still edgy, dude. I drink beer and I text girls crazy things on Hinge. Yeah, I'm just like that. I'm just a little crazy like that. Like what's that fucking that meme of the girl with like the frozen bag of peas on her head and it's she's doing like the peace signs and the caption is she's so crazy, I love her. Like that's our modern equivalent of it, dude. I'm saying it, dude. The Zoomers, the Gen Z. I don't say Zoomer because that's crazy. That's a crazy name, but the and if anyone's the opposite of a Zoomer, it's our generation, dude. You want to talk about ruthless apathy? I feel like that's Gen Z in a nutshell, dude. It's either they've joined the crypto thing and are doing what the boomers are doing, like trying to sell out our country, like trying to move somewhere else. They've taken it a step above the boomers. They're not just selling our shit to other countries. They're moving, not to the countries they're selling to, because those places fucking suck. That's why you can sell it to them, like our labor at least. But fucking to like Macau or whatever, like the gambling, they're moving to Mega Vegas. That's what they're doing. But fucking yeah, I'm saying it, dude. The Gen Z's starting to get cringe, dude. What's that? And I'm not gonna agree with Gen Alpha either. I might just become like a boomer. I might have to convert that. Earlier I was talking about getting tits, dude. I might have to forego that and just get like sun damage surgery. Like they figured out how to like reverse sun damage with like some kind of laser or something, dude. I need the laser that gives me sun damage. That's what I need, dude. I just need like a saggy basset hound face, gray ass hair. I need to be ingratiated with the boomers, dude, because I just can't take any of the other generations. Because at least the boomers were having a fun time. This generation isn't. I don't know, dude. But anyway, dude, back to the dodo, back to the animal version of the boomer. So yeah, they were greedy and munched everything, like I said, and they were not as good as flamingo, according to the Dutch. So I mean, I feel like flamingo's got to be shitty, dude. It's got to taste like the shittiest fucking fish you've ever had. The meat, there's got to be barely any meat on there. So the dodo was just not. It had nothing going for it. Because at least if it tasted good, you know what I mean? They'd like bring it on the ship, feed it some burgers, you know what I mean? Have some baby dodos, maybe make dodo veal. Oh fuck, dude. They're lucky I wasn't around. I definitely would have made dodo veal just the second it's born. You just shove a tube down its throat and give it whatever, dude. Feed it the fat of its parents. But I might have created mad dodos disease. But I feel like dodos they're so lazy that like you can't give them mad dodos disease. Like they wouldn't go hog wild. They just like keep on doing what they're doing. That's how lazy they are, and that's how lazy, quite frankly, I am. That's how I know I belong with the boomers. I'm just like, I'm so lazy that like I think I'm too lazy for mental illness. Like even when I get high, that's the only time I like. That's not true. But like I'll get high and like freak myself out and be like, fuck, I'm mentally ill. But then I'm like, I'm kind of just too lazy to do anything. Even if I am, you know what I mean? I'm too lazy to even like go get fentanyl or whatever to like quiet the voices. So that's what I'd be the dude from Seven. I'd just be laying in a bed. Like I just can't get that active with it, dude. I am a dodo. I'm a boomer. I hate to say it, but that's where I'm at. I can't be Gen Z anymore since we're going the route of millennials and being like, oh yeah, I'm a little crazy. I'm a little weird. And it's like they also like do this thing where they'll like post a picture of them drinking a beer and like have the caption "Run the damn football." And I was thinking about that, dude. That's just football, especially the NFL, but also college football to a certain extent. It's just become Marvel movies. You know, it's just become like this spectacle of just overpaid people with no like they have talent, but they're just like overpaid as hell just to be like pure like fun and entertainment to people. That's what the NFL and like just football in general has become, dude. That's Gen Z's equivalent of Marvel movies. Um, but yeah, fuck it. I got lost on my train of thought. It's a good thing no one's listening, dude, because I'd be getting destroyed. Like, no, you don't understand, dude. But the thing about how they do it though, like those people that I was talking about, like the Gen Z people that are like making us millennials, they like sprinkle in like a layer of irony, or not even like a layer, they just like sprinkle in some irony there, or they just say they're being ironic. I don't think they know what irony means, but they're just like, yeah, I was being ironic. So it's like you can't criticize them, which I mean, dude, solid move from someone who I don't do that exactly. I'm more of like a self-criticize guy. So like now you can't attack me. Like I already said, I'm fat and ugly, dude. So if you come after me, I don't care, but I will destroy you and your whole family, dude. I'll say whatever. If you call me fat and ugly after I just called myself fat and ugly, it's over for you, dude. I'll I'll grind you into mental illness. I'll drop the nuke immediately. I'll I'll do whatever. Which is that's the way, dude. That's that's the way. That's the American way. But anyway, dude, we got to get through the dodos, all right? But we still have 8 minutes left, which I have no idea. That was all my thoughts from the week. You know what I mean? I don't got a lot left. Um, yeah, having boobs and swag is swag, and starting a race war to steal snacks. Those were my two thoughts this week. Um, or at least the ones I could say on here, if you know what I mean. Um, yeah, but the meat is tough, and some said the gizzards were the only good part. So yeah, the Dutch were white trash. They're like gizzards only good part of their eating. You know what I mean? Um, Damn, dude, Mauritius, this fucking beautiful, beautiful tropical island, we should have turned it into a trailer park. We still have time, dude. Trump, ignore Greenland. Is that what he's trying to go for? Fucking get us Mauritius, reintroduce the dodo, and just start building trailer parks there, dude. God damn, it could be the move. Um, but yeah, what do we have next? Oh yeah, so dodos were transported to Europe and even as far as Japan. So yeah, there's like a few accounts of like people seeing them in zoos and stuff, although like the only verified ones are in England and also India, which is basically just smelly England at the like England with like less fog. That's what it was at the time. Um, at least like culturally and shit. But I was thinking, dude, Japan, if those things were uh transported to Japan in modern times, we'd have no issue with them going extinct, dude. Because I feel like the Japanese, they like love like kind of like slightly weird animals like that. You know what I mean? Like how they love raccoons. They'd probably have a game show completely featured around dodos, dude. You have to like put your hand in a dodo's mouth and like take it out right before it bites you or something. And there's just like some guy in like a ill-fitting, like crazy colored suit, like screaming in Japanese the whole time, just like oh yeah oh yo oh yo yo and you know what I mean? Like a crazy sound effect plays, and then someone gets their hand bitten off by a dodo or whatever, and it goes like boing, doing, doing, and you just hear like the Japanese like laugh in the background. That's when they go hog wild. The two times Japanese people go hog wild, like at least in modern times, they used to go hog wild whenever, but in modern times, the only times they go too crazy is obviously the prawn, dude. They're having a grand old time there. You know what I mean? They'd probably, yeah, we might if those dodos in Japan like had lived to modern times, we'd definitely have like weird like dodo cartoon porn. But also they go crazy on the prawn, dude, but they're also going crazy on the fucking on those game shows or even like the news. They're going like just having a crazy fucking time, just hitting just like shooting like rubber balls at people on the news. It's so fun. But I think it's a distraction, dude. I think it's a distraction. We got to look into like where all their steel is going and stuff because I think they're trying to turn into samurais again. And look, if they get China, all right. But if they get us, fucking, we're gonna have to give them. If we have to nuke Japan again, dude, and they go even crazier into the porn, dude. If we nuke Japan again, we might have some like dodo cartoon porn on our hand. That might happen, and that's why we have to prevent World War III. Because I think America, because just of how representative of our country dodos are, I think we just get too far into the cartoon dodo porn and just it would fall. Like we just have like a intrinsic connection to them. I don't know if that's the right word, but we just have like a connection to them that I think is just too dangerous. Like the Japanese could exploit that. That could be the game plan. You know what I mean? Putin, hey, I know you've been trying to take us to Iran, whatever. America's enemies. You better not bring the dodo into this, dude. That's a sacred animal. But what else do we have about dodos? Yeah, they were taken to Japan, and then the reason that they went extinct wasn't because humans were hunting them. Like I said, they were kind of like shitty tasting, and people said that they were already kind of like on the fringe. You know what I mean? Like I said, they're boomers. They really don't care about anything. But they were saying they were already on the fringe, and just humans introduced pigs and monkeys to the island, which made them go extinct. And pigs, I can understand because it's like that's food. But monkeys, I was just thinking about like some like European sailor, some European retard from like the 17 or like 1600s, just being like, fucking, why doesn't this island have monkeys, dude? Everyone knows monkeys live in jungles. What's wrong with this place, dude? That's what God intended. They did. They probably like some crazy dude on like a Dutch ship, like interpreting the Bible to be like, monkeys need to be in the jungle, or like some shit like that, and just being like, or maybe it was just like a retard thought, and he's just like, dude, monkeys need to live in jungles. It's not a jungle without a monkey. Let's fucking get these things in here, dude. And the type of monkey they introduced was called like a crab-eating macaque. Macaque. God damn it, dude. That's when the Midwestern in me comes out. Macaque. Thank God I don't say bag or bagel. Thank fucking God. But they did introduce these things, and they probably munched all their eggs and stuff, and probably the fucking birds, dude. Like if you've seen Chimp Empire, we're lucky they didn't introduce chimps there, dude. We might not even have a drawing if they introduced chimps to that island, because chimps, if you've seen Empire, they're just like chasing like little monkeys around and like tearing them apart when they're alive and munching on them, dude. That's what they would have been doing to that dodo. That's kind of what we did to the dodo, except we didn't even have to chase him. We just like picked them up and munched on them. Um, but yeah, finally we got in European literature, dodos are a symbol of fatness and stupidity, which I don't think America's stupid. I think America actually has like a great capacity for like making new technology and shit like that. But I think the fatness and just the pure gluttony in there overweighs it. Um, or outweighs it. Fucking whatever, dude. No one's even listening at this point, so I can kind of just say whatever. You know what I mean? But that's all I've got for this episode. That's all I've got for dodos. It's a good old bird. We discovered some new things about Japan in this episode. But yeah, and I'm sorry for any like the mic if you're still listening at this point, which no one is, but like the mic like when I like blow into it or like I do my dumb laugh or whatever. I'm sorry if that like gets really loud or annoying. But if you hate loud or annoying, you shouldn't be listening to this. All right, so anyway, that's all I've got. Yeah, have a good day, have a good week, have a good dude, 2025, have a good rest of your year. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys on Sunday. Peace.